From a player spitting at a fan on the street to Messi's biggest hater watching him lift the Balon Dor. These are the craziest football player versus football fan moments. And first up, these fans hated Luis Figo so much that they launched a pig's head at him on the pitch. In the late 90s, Figo was a star playing for Barcelona and he was loved by all the fans. But in the year 2000, Figo betrayed these fans by transferring to their rivals Real Madrid. The Barca fans wouldn't forget this from Figo as he would return to the Camp Nou, but this time as a Real Madrid player. And the fans got aggressive. When Figo would go to take a corner, the fans started hurling objects at him, and it got so bad that the game had to be paused for 15 minutes just to calm the fans down. One fan even threw a pig's head at Figo to symbolize exactly what the Barcelona fans thought of him, a dirty pig. Now that's some serious hate for a player, but this pitch invader hates Messi so much that he ran onto the pitch just to give Messi the finger. He really risked a stadium ban just to hate on Messi. This guy must be a Ronaldo superfan. But he's not the biggest Messi hater because that would be iShowSpeed, who was forced to sit and watch live as Messi lifted his 8th Balon d'Or. Speed has become one of the biggest streamers in the world who's gone viral for his love of Ronaldo and his hate for Messi. He's got so famous that he even got an invite to the Balon d'Or ceremony, but the last thing he wanted was to watch Messi win it and further extend his lead on Ronaldo. First, Speed got talking to Emiliano Martinez, Messi's Argentinian teammate. Then, after some barking at Haaland, it came time for the awards ceremony where Speed had to sit and watch as Messi lifted his 8th Balon d'Or, whilst Ronaldo only has 5.
Messi, man! Messi, man! Messi, man! Messi, man, don't flip it, man!
Now, while Speed might not be fully serious, what the Ajax fans did to Kenneth Vermeer definitely was because they were threatening to kill him. Up until 2014, Vermeer was an Ajax goalkeeper who had been with the club his whole life, so when he announced his move to Ajax's biggest rivals Feyenoord, this didn't sit right with the fans. When it came time for Vermeer to play against Ajax, the Ajax fans hung an effigy of Vermeer from the stadium, implying that they wanted him dead. The fan responsible for this was later caught and handed a lifetime ban from the stadium, and rightly so. But it's not always the fans who were in the wrong in these players versus fans moments, because this time, Ronaldo really crossed the line. Now, being the most loved football player in the world, Ronaldo often gets crazy fans trying to get a picture with him, just like this guy. But in 2022, Ronaldo took it too far because after a 1-0 loss to Everton, tensions were high and Ronaldo wasn't in the mood for photos. As he was walking down the tunnel, a young Everton fan stretched his phone out to try to get a photo with the GOAT, but Ronaldo slapped the phone out of his hand, smashing it to pieces. After this, the fan's mother took to social media to show the boy's bruised hand and broken phone. Ronaldo received a lot of media backlash and even got fined by the FA. He later took to Instagram to come out with an apology where he said, "I would like to apologize for my outburst and, if possible, I would like to invite this supporter to watch a game at Old Trafford as a sign of fair play and sportsmanship." Fair play from Ronaldo. He realized he was in the wrong here. But now you have to see what this Arsenal fan did to Dele Alli. It was a derby match between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur where Spurs were leading 2-0. Ali scored the second goal, meaning the Arsenal fans were pretty pissed at him, and one Arsenal fan even went as far as throwing a bottle that landed right on Dele's head. But Dele kept his cool and reacted in the coldest way possible by holding up his fingers showing 2-0. But not all players are able to keep their cool in these moments because this Liverpool legend took it too far when he spat at a little girl. This is Jamie Carragher, an ex-Liverpool player and now a pundit for Sky Sports. In 2018, Liverpool lost a Premier League match against Man United, and obviously this meant Carragher wouldn't be happy. Driving home from the match, one United fan saw Carragher in traffic and took his opportunity to troll the Liverpool legend. He rolled down his window and then this happened.
2-1. 2-1, mate. Unlucky Jamie, lad. 2-1, lad. Oh. Oh. Jamie Carragher spat on my door. Nice.
After this incident, Carragher was brought onto Sky to discuss it where he said,
"I can't obviously condone that behaviour no matter what, in any way, shape or form, no matter where you are, who you're representing. Obviously I've let Sky Sports down, family, and the most important people really who were probably mostly affected by it are the family involved, and especially the young 14-year-old daughter.
This resulted in Sky Sports suspending Carragher for 5 months, showing the severity of his actions. When family gets involved, these things always get messy, just like what happened with Eric Dyer, because in 2020, at the end of an FA Cup loss, Spurs defender Eric Dyer was seen climbing into the stands going towards his brother. A few moments later, he got involved in a brawl with a fan. Eric Dyer later came out to say that he saw this fan swearing and insulting his family in the stands, so he just lost it.
Our parents have to stand there and have someone 2 rows in front of you calling you a You think it's okay?
I can't blame him. If someone messed with my family, I'd do the exact same thing. This reaction from Dyer resulted in him receiving a 4-match ban from football, whilst the fan walked away scot-free. Seems a bit unjust, but players have to stay professional in these moments. But this wasn't the first time that a player attacked a fan in the heat of the moment, because Eric Cantona famously kung fu kicked and then punched a fan who was hurling abuse at him. The situation was so bad that Cantona was banned from football for the entire season, fined £20,000, and was sentenced to 2 weeks in prison, although he was let out on bail shortly after. After all this, Eric Cantona was asked to reflect on this moment, where he admitted he had one regret. He had this to say: "I've been insulted thousands of times and have never reacted, but sometimes you're fragile. I have one regret. I would have loved to have kicked him even harder." What a legend. Now, from one Man United great to another, Patrice Evra had a similar interaction when he went head-to-head with a Marseille fan. This was back when Patrice was playing for Marseille, and they were about to kick off a Europa League match when a supporter started abusing Patrice, which caused Evra to lose his cool. He went and kicked the fan in the head, just like what Cantona did 20 years earlier. This kick saw Evra get banned for 7 months and resulted in Marseille terminating his contract, not to mention a 10K fine. Man, Evra really took an L here. But he's about to take another one. You see, Evra has more subscribers than me on YouTube, and we have to beat him. So subscribe so that we can overtake Evra together. Okay, now we're getting into the final 5 player versus fan moments, and the last 3 are really intense. But at number 5, Zlatan Ibrahimovic completely owned the Girona fans here. So it was Zlatan's last game of football for AC Milan, and he got onto the pitch to give an emotional farewell speech. As he started giving the speech, the opposing Girona fans started to boo him. But Zlatan responded quite simply by saying, "Keep booing. This is the biggest moment of your year, seeing me." And the Milan fans loved it. Damn, Zlatan, that was cold. But at least nobody got hurt, unlike what happened to Jack Grealish, because he got sucker punched by a fan. Back when Grealish was with Aston Villa, and Aston Villa were still in the championship, they were playing against Birmingham City when a random Birmingham fan darted onto the pitch and gave Grealish a heck of a punch. Jack Grealish managed to keep his cool and reacted in the best way possible. As the game went on, Grealish bagged a goal that won Aston Villa the game, really sticking it to the punching fan. But now things get a bit more serious, because these fans attacked the opposing team bus, sending the players to hospital. In 2018, the Copa Libertadores final was set to be played between Boca Juniors and River Plate. This is the biggest football game in South America, and things always get heated. As the Boca Juniors team was on its way to the stadium, the team bus was attacked by River Plate fans throwing sort of missiles at the bus. They broke 5 windows and tear gas flooded the bus. Many of the players started coughing and feeling very sick with all the gas. The bus driver even fainted and would have crashed if not for the Boca vice president, who managed to take the wheel. The players were taken to hospital where they were to be treated for various injuries, but FIFA still wanted the team to play by postponing the game only 24 hours. Luckily for Boca, River Plate understood the situation and opted to further postpone the game, especially because it was their fans who caused this mess. This match was then postponed by 3 weeks and moved to Madrid to be played at the Bernabeu to ensure safety. In the end, River Plate won the game in extra time, but the Boca players were just happy that this mess was finally over. But this only lasted for a couple weeks. What happened between David Beckham and the English fans lasted for years. It even got so bad that Beckham was afraid to even leave his house. So what happened? It was the World Cup 1998, and England were up against Argentina in the quarterfinal. The game was tied at 2-2 when Beckham was fouled. As Beckham fell to the floor, he kicked a leg out at the Argentinian player who fouled him, which caused the referee to send David Beckham off. England went on to lose this game in a penalty shootout, meaning that they crashed out of the World Cup, and the English fans had only one man to blame. The press attacked Beckham by printing headlines saying, 10 heroic lions, and 1 stupid boy. A couple days later, they released a dartboard with Beckham's face as the bullseye. He became an English villain overnight. English fans would spit at Beckham's car window. Some fans sent him bullets in the mail, and some fans even went as far as to hang human-like figures from lampposts wearing Beckham kits, and they lit them all on fire. They wanted to send him a message of pure hatred. Beckham's wife Victoria says that for 5 years she was left scared to leave her home. It took Beckham a couple years, but eventually he won back the love of the English fans with a famous last-minute free kick against Greece, but those were still some brutal years for Beckham. But at least Beckham is still alive today, because the last player versus fan moment saw Andres Escobar get killed at the hands of a fan. It was 1994 and Escobar was the captain for Colombia. They headed into the World Cup with great excitement, as this team was seen as the golden era for Colombia, with high hopes for a positive tournament. The Colombian national team crashed out in the group stages, which came down to a pivotal moment in a game against USA, where Andres Escobar scored the only goal of the match, which was an own goal, meaning he was blamed for their early World Cup exit. Now, at this time in Colombia, there was a lot of violence and poverty. The country was controlled by gangs and drug lords, which made it an unsafe place. So when Escobar returned to Colombia, he decided to release a statement where he wrote, "Life doesn't end here, we have to go on. No matter how difficult, we must stand back up. We only have 2 options, either allow anger to paralyze us and the violence continues, or we overcome and try our best to help others. We'll see each other again soon, because life does not end here." After this statement, Escobar felt a weight lifted off his shoulders and decided to go out to a bar for a drink. After a couple of drinks, some Colombian fans started to insult him for the own goal he scored. Escobar simply got up and left before it got out of hand, but the men who were with him in the bar followed him to his car, and as Escobar was walking, 6 shots to the back, and just like that, Escobar was killed, making this one of the darkest days in football, where the so-called fans just took it too far. Now, if you like this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy the one on screen now, so click it. And remember, Patrice Evra, Top Bins is coming for you.